How's it going, everyone? In today's video, we have some big news on why WWE removed Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle from television, a former AEW star spotted at a recent WWE tryout, and a whole lot more. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get the latest wrestling news. Alright guys, so for our first story of today, we have the ratings for Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage. So according to a new report from Thurston of WrestleNomics, Friday Night SmackDown on FS1 drew 902,000 viewers and a .25 in the key demo rating and ranked number 5 for original cable shows. And AEW Rampage drew 361,000 viewers with a .08 in the key demo rating and ranked 60th for original cable shows. So from the looks of it, both Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage took a significant drop in the ratings. Next up, we have some big news on WWE's current plan for NXT. So next year, it looks like WWE has some big and exciting things planned for the NXT brand, as WrestleVotes reports, hearing some great news out of the Performance Center this afternoon. Source states that NXT is returning to the road for their future premium live events, starting with Vengeance Day on February 4th from Charlotte, North Carolina. Next, we have some news that a former AEW star was spotted at a recent WWE tryout. So according to a new report from PWInsider.com, this week, WWE held tryouts at the Performance Center, and among the names that were at the tryouts were former MLW star Casey Navarro and former Impact Wrestling and AEW star Kylie Rae. So if the tryouts go well, Casey Navarro and Kylie Rae could end up getting a deal to sign with WWE. Next up, we have some big news on why WWE removed Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle from WWE television. So during a recent episode of the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer stated that Drew McIntyre was removed from television due to an injury. But the good news is that he will be back in time for WWE's Christmas tour, which begins on December 26th. And in regards to Matt Riddle, Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer stated that Matt Riddle was possibly removed from WWE television because he could be dealing with a legitimate injury, which could explain why WWE ran the injury angle on Monday Night Raw this week. So now guys, I want to give you my thoughts and opinions on all of the topics that we discussed today. Starting off with our first topic, we did talk about the ratings for Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage, and according to Thurston of WrestleNomics, Friday Night SmackDown on FS1 drew 902,000 viewers, and AEW Rampage drew 361,000 viewers, so both shows did see a pretty big drop in the ratings department for them, more so Friday Night SmackDown because they did move to FS1. However, AEW Rampage also took a very big drop in the ratings, and so far for them, the ratings for the show have not been good, to say the least. The next story that we talked about was some big news on WWE's current plan for the NXT brand. And WrestleVotes did report that source states that NXT is returning to the road for their future premium live events, starting with Vengeance Day on February 4th from Charlotte, North Carolina. So it does look like NXT will be having their premium live events or pay-per-views at different venues. So they will be returning to that, which is very cool to see. The next story that we talked about was on a former AEW star recently spotted at a WWE tryout. And according to a new report from PWInsider.com, they are reporting that former Impact Wrestling and former AEW star Kylie Rae was spotted at a recent WWE tryout this week, and also a former MLW star Casey Navarro. They were both spotted at a tryout. at the Performance Center. So if everything goes well, they could end up signing a deal with WWE, which could be very interesting to see. The next story that we talked about was some big news on the reason why WWE removed Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle from television. And Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer did state that Drew McIntyre was removed from television due to an injury. However, there is some good news for him because he won't be expected to be out for long because he will be returning for WWE's Christmas tour, which begins on December 26th. And as it pertains to Matt Riddle, Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer stated that Matt Riddle was possibly removed from television because he could be dealing with a legitimate injury, kind of in the same situation of Drew McIntyre. However, the difference is that there is no timetable for his return if he is injured. But the one thing that is clear was that he was written off of Monday Night Raw after getting attacked by Solo Sikoa. So with that being said, guys, that is all of the news that we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.